balance because immediately the default options are fuels that are much less clean.
For the next hour, Shawn Wilson explores the energy industry with news and interviews from around the corner and around the globe.
Nuclear is one of the directions that we should innovate in.
The Exploring Energy Show begins now.
And a very, very good Wednesday morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Shawn Wilson. It is the Exploring Energy Radio Show. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day. Here's what's on the menu at Elk City Meals on Wheels. Wow, it's the 22nd day of October already. They're located at 1510 West 9th Street. Call in your order, 225-5821. Dining room area is open from 11 to 1, Monday through Friday. Regular meals, $8. Senior citizens meals, just a $7 bill. Everyone is welcome. Today, tomato soup, grilled cheese, salad, and cheesecake is on the menu today. So tomato soup, grilled cheese, salad, and cheesecake. Throw them a few extra dollars. Great program. Let's stay behind it. Carnegie Library, the Friends of the Carnegie Library with the Carnegie Caravan, bringing the library right to you. Free books delivered to you by the Friends of the Library. Having trouble reading regular print? Well, ask them about their program that can help, a free program that can help. Call them at 225-0136, 225-0136. And the Sutty Strong, helping Sutton Hunt. Talked about this yesterday. This little young lady from Hammond, stricken with leukemia. So they're having a raffle. It's $100 for a ticket. First place wins $5,000. Second place $3,000. Third place $2,000. So they're going to be drawing for cash back. Hopefully, those who win will donate that money right back. But to each their own, I guess. Contact Lynn Walker for more information. 580-660-0210. That's 660-0210. If you want to donate, you can get a hold of anybody on the All Sports Association. You can also go by the bank there in Hammond. So we are proud to be able to help out this young lady. Sutty Strong, helping Sutton Hunt. If you felt led to make a contribution to that, they would appreciate that as well. Okay, getting right to it here on this Wednesday morning on Hump Day. All right, here's some energy stock prices. They are going up considerably. West Texas Intermediate is up $1.24 to $58.48. That's a December contract. Brent crude oil also up $1.21 to $62.53. Telecom crude oil in Japan up 150 yen per kiloliter. The New York Mercantile Exchange natural gas above $3.50 now at $3.52. That's up 5 cents on a November contract. RBOB gasoline up $3.06 to $185.59. Heating oil in the New York Mercantile Exchange up $3.58 to $224.16. And gas oil up $13 to $656.50 per metric ton. So those commodity prices, stock prices in the oil and gas industry is starting back into the green, which is a wonderful, wonderful thing. Well, wind energy, the wind farms and the growing bird deaths. We heard about this when they first came up. But one of the arguments that wind farm opponents like to make is how the wind farms lead to increased bird deaths, including some rare species such as bald eagles. Others contend the wind farms also kill bats, such as those that make their homes in the caves of northwest Oklahoma. Experts say it is a special concern for the large populations of migratory bats, such as the Mexican free-tailed bat, that uses caves in the region during summer in the northwest part of the state. There's a significant bat population, such as near the Selman Bat Cave, which hosts one of Oklahoma's largest maternity colonies of Mexican free-tailed bats. The issue of bird deaths from wind farms got the attention recently of the conservative Unleash Prosperity Hotline, authored by economist Stephen Moore. The New York Times poked fun at Trump earlier this week because he called for a national study on bird deaths due to the 150,000 wind turbines that chop up our fine feathered friends. The Times bashed Trump for spacious investigations into bird deaths caused by wind turbines and an editorial blaming Trump for rising energy prices. According to the American Bird Conservancy, I guess, bird collisions with turbines and associated infrastructure are increasing yearly. An annual bird mortality is somewhat less than 1 million per year. There are billions of birds, so the relative number of deaths is still pretty trivial. On the other hand, threatened species like the whooping cranes, the California condors, the golden eagles, and other raptors are especially vulnerable to the twirling blades. Why they are attracted to windmills is beyond this story's pay grade. What they do find hypocritical is that we don't recall the Times or the environmental groups complaining when we knocked out a good portion of our logging activities out west 35 years ago to save the spotted owl. Throwing thousands of lumberjacks out of work was a small price to pay. It turns out the barred owl was out competing the spotted owl, and destroying the timber industry made no difference there. Oil and gas companies have faced massive fines and even CEO prison sentences when a few random condors get stuck in oil pits. The wind energy companies don't even have proper burials or moments of silence. Apparently, it's much more cruel and unusual for a migrating bird to be trapped in an oil pit than to be chopped up in a 300-foot Cuisinart. Hadn't heard that name in a while. Or something like that, according to this story. They make a good point, though. I can remember back when most of the water tanks on these oil and gas leases were open top. They were just open top. And they had to put netting on them. The government says, okay, hey, listen, we're getting too many migratory birds, such as, ducks, geese, getting in these open-topped water tanks. And then, of course, they just all started just putting them in closed-top tanks like the oil. But nonetheless, I thought this story was interesting whenever I came across it, because I do remember the spotted owl deal, and oh my goodness gracious. And then they found out that didn't even make a difference. Okay, well, the old government shutdown, the Dems holding the American people hostage, basically. And, you can cut it up however you want to, but that's what it is. Anything anti-Trump, they don't care who it hurts. They don't care who it hurts. They're just wanting to make a statement. Well, maybe that statement will rear its ugly head toward them in the midterms and in the main elections. You got to vote that stupid out. Anyway, Oklahoma faces data gaps as interior layoffs threaten the United States Geological Service. Oklahoma's ability to track and respond to earthquakes activities could be has taken a major hit. The U.S. Interior Department moves ahead with thousands of job cuts. For years, Oklahoma agencies, especially the Corporation Commission, have relied on the USGS, United States Geological Survey, for precise earthquake data. That information helps determine when oilfield wastewater injection wells may have triggered seismic activity. Without it, state regulators would lose vital insight into the growing link between energy production and seismic risks. The Center for Western Priorities reported that the Trump administration, after being forced by a federal judge to disclose part of its layoff strategy, plans to imminently terminate more than 2,000 employees in the Interior Department. The move, called a reduction in force, RIF, reduction in force, remains partially blocked by a temporary restraining order from unions representing federal workers. Still, Interior officials confirmed the cuts are ready to move forward once legal hurdles are cleared. The Geological Survey sits directly under Interior's control, placing many Oklahoma-reliant programs at risk. The RIF, the reduction in force, would cut 2,050 federal positions, including staff at several USGS regional science centers. Reports indicate that more than half the workforce could be terminated at facilities in Fort Collins, Colorado, Columbia, Missouri, and the Great Lakes Science Center in Michigan. Major layoffs are also planned at National Park Service and Bureau of Land Management, the BLM offices in Denver and across western states. The ripple effects for Oklahoma energy oversight. Okay, so now Oklahoma's Osage County could feel additional strain. The BLM, Bureau of Land Management, helps manage mineral rights for the Osage Nation, overseeing leases and drilling operations. If staff cuts move forward, response times for permitting, inspections, and environmental monitoring could slow dramatically. The result could affect both the oil industry and state regulators, who depend on accurate, timely data to ensure responsible energy development. So basically, the Democrats are holding the American people hostage by shutting down the government, and Trump's the bad guy because he's laying off people that can't get paid. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Take that for what you can figure out, because it's a head scratcher for me that the Trump derangement syndrome, I first heard about that, I kind of laughed at it. That is some real deal. I mean, that is up there. These people are freaking stupid nuts when it comes to that. It's anything against Trump. I mean, and I'm going to get on a little rant here, but during this No Kings rally, which was the biggest farce, but nonetheless, they had an effigy of Trump and little kids stabbing it, blindfolded with a knife, stabbing this effigy of Donald Trump. This is the president of the United States. And these people are allowed to walk the streets and be parents to kids? Yikes. All right, well, I'm going to take a break, and then we're going to go back in time to a better time in the oil and gas industry when a little more common sense was used. Hope that comes back. Don't you dare go anywhere. We'll continue the Wednesday edition and Remember When Wednesday segment right after this.
This is the Exploring Energy Show. Timber Oklahoma is your safe and reliable expert tree care service. At Timber, we provide professional tree trimming and removal with a focus on safety, quality, and clear communication. With over 10 years of experience and certified in the Electrical Hazards Awareness Program, our crews provide tree trimming and removal, storm damage cleanup, utility line clearance. Call Timber today at 580-732-3400 or see us online at www.timberokla.com or email us at customercare@timberokla.com.
One of the computers here at the station was crashing, about to lose everything on it, and we didn't even know it. But Dennis knew because he was watching, and he warned us in time.
Hey Gabe, it's Dennis. Our system detected that one of your computers has a hard drive that's about to fail.
Which one?
It's Nathan's.
So what do I need to do?
Well, we probably need to get it in the shop and get the drive cloned to a new machine before he loses any data off of it.
Do you have another computer in stock that we can just get it fixed real quick?
Sure, we've got some in stock. Just need to get it in, get it cloned over, and be good to go.
Okay, thanks a lot, Dennis.
You bet, sounds good. See you.
ITL monitors our computers at Paragon Communications remotely, so Dennis Teal knows there's a problem before we even know it. He helped us save years' worth of valuable files. ITL's remote monitoring comes in very handy here at work. That kind of security system for your computers can keep your business running so you can keep making a living.
So if your farmer need a hose built, you can come in, we'll build it. Oilfield customer and need us to come out and see you, we'll come out and see you and take an order or pick up a hose, build it, bring it back to you. Solves that problem. I'm Brock Kalk, and my company is American Hose and Supply. We sell all types of industrial hose and fittings, oilfield or agriculture. You needed a hose like yesterday. We will stop what we're doing, and if we got to go to our Oklahoma City shop and get it, we'll do that. And I've done that for a lot of my customers. The business I've done with the Oilfield, they got to see your face. Whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, whatever the customer prefers, that's what we're going to do. We sell all types of industrial hose and fittings. In the Oilfield, sometimes you get a call for a crazy, hey, can you get this? And you go find it for them. American Hose and Supply. Come by and see us at 2111 South Main, Elk City, Oklahoma, in Camrock Building next to Fred's.
Or call 303-1123.
Solves that problem.
Hey folks, this is EJ Gretaman with ASCO Equipment out of Elk City, Oklahoma. If you need rental equipment, I got your back. From excavators to wheel loaders, telehandlers, and forklifts, we rent the brands that you know and trust. With flexible terms, responsible service, and expert support, we're here to keep your job on track. Need equipment? We're on it here at ASCO Equipment. Visit ASCOEQ.com or stop by our Elk City branch, 513 West 20th here in Elk City, Oklahoma, or you can just give me a call, 580-243-9233. Appreciate it, folks, and y'all have a blessed day.
Level up your fitness at Modern Fitness. With 24-hour access, you can work out anytime you want. Modern Fitness in Elk City. Get in shape and have fun doing it at a really nice gym.
Stay informed with the latest news from the energy industry on the Exploring Energy Show.
For sticking around. This show brought to you in part by David Allen Guest, Certified Mineral Manager. If you're looking for somebody to help you manage your minerals, he is your guy. I'm telling you, David Allen Guest, just a great guy to talk to. I mean, he's smart, amiable, trustworthy. And, you know, there's a reason he's the guy they go to when they're trying to explain what this means to minerals and, you know, mineral owners and royalty owners when they go to the state legislature. David's the guy they go to because they trust him. They know he knows. You will know he knows if you give him a shot, give him a shot, give him a shout. Truly a man of integrity, man you'll be glad you're doing business with, and he'll get you the most out of your royalties. Been doing it for 40 years for a reason. He's good at it. He'll get you the most out of your royalties. And if you find yourself in a situation to sell, you don't want to get taken advantage of in that situation, David's a buyer of royalties from estates, probates, trusts, and bankruptcies, making sure you get a fair shake. 405-341-8698. 405-341-8698. David Allen Guest, Certified Mineral Manager. Look him up on the internet. Fred's Steakhouse, your destination for fresh USDA-graded beef, ribeyes, New York strips, filet mignons, sirloins, hand-cut daily by the in-house butcher. Fred's is home of the $4.99 chicken fried steak, served daily, hand-battered country gravy, house-made mashed potatoes. Try some of their freshly baked rolls made fresh daily in their in-house bakery. The soup of the day, side options with fresh salads. 7 kinds of chicken. They got seafood. They got freshwater catfish. They've got appetizers sure to please everyone. And cap off your dining experience with fresh in-house made desserts at Fred's. And they have a full-service bar. It's Whiskey Wednesday, Jimmy, if you're listening. Fred's Steakhouse can host your private event located at 2107 South Main Street in Elk City, 580-243-2100. Or order online on the Chow Now app, open 7 days a week, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And after a busy spring and summer, you're ready to put the old equipment, the old tractor up. Well, before you do it, do the maintenance, preemptive maintenance. So it'll work just like you need it next spring. Get everything you need for tractor maintenance at Camrock Supply. Tractor or equipment, if it's got a motor, Camrock can help you out. Next to Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City, online, camrocksupply.com. CAMRocksupply.com. That's CAMRocksupply.com. Camrock Supply. A little reverb there just to try to emphasize. Okay, here we go. We're going to go back in time with the, American Oil and Gas Historical Society, AOGHS.org. Bruce and Chris Wells, some great guys. And I mean, they just do a fantastic job. I say it every week, and I mean it every week. These guys vet this information before they put it on this site. They're always updating it. If you can help them out, click that support button. Throw them a few extra dollars. I promise you every penny that they can garner goes right back into the upkeep of this site. They do not make money off this site. In fact, they use a lot of their own money, and I appreciate them keeping our history alive. We'll get right at it. October 20th, 1924. This week in petroleum history. First tubular goods standards. Shortages of equipment and drilling delays during World War I revealed the petroleum industry's struggle with a lack of uniformity of pipe sizes, threads, and couplings. Founded in 1919, the API, the American Petroleum Institute, gathered industry experts to come up with energy-wide standards to promote equipment capability and compatibility. After bringing these experts together to agree upon design and requirements, the first standard, the specifications for steel and iron pipe for oil country tubular goods, was published on October 20th, 1924, notes the API, which has since published more than 800 standards and guidelines. Some of these places that rebuild equipment, they have to be API certified. And I think it was great that they got together and said, hey, listen, if you got 2 3/8 tubing, it should be the same thread as the people that make 2 3/8 tubing across town, or it's all interchangeable. Liking it. October 20th, 1944, as we continue our trek through time, Ohio liquefied natural gas tank explosion. An explosion and fire from liquefied natural gas tanks in Cleveland, Ohio, killed 131 people, caused more than $10 million in damage. Temperatures inside one of the East Ohio Gas Company's tanks had been allowed to fall below minus 250 degrees, which caused the steel plates to contract and rupture. Investigators never discovered a cause for the explosion, but witnesses reported a leak in one of the tanks, according to the Ohio History Central. Some spark must have then ignited the gas, although with World War II currently raging, some residents instantly suspected a German saboteur. October 20th, 1949, Maryland produces some natural gas. The first commercially successful natural gas well in Maryland was drilled by the Cumberland Allegheny Gas Company in the town of Mountain Lake Park, Garrett County in Maryland. The Elmer Beachy well produced about 500,000 cubic feet of natural gas per day. The Discovery well prompted a rush of competing companies and high-density drilling, an average of 9 wells per acre. Back in 1949, 9 wells per acre, which depleted the field. 20 of 29 wells drilled within the town produced natural gas, but overall production from the field was low. No oil has yet been found in Maryland. October 21st, 1921, the first natural gas well in New Mexico. The New Mexico natural gas industry began when the newly established Aztec Oil Syndicate State No. 1 well found a gas field about 15 miles northeast of Farmington in San Juan County. The drilling crew used a tree trunk with a 2-inch pipe and shutoff valve to control the well until the wellhead could be shipped from Colorado. The well produced 10 million cubic feet of natural gas a day. By the end of December 1921, a pipeline reached 2 miles into the town of Aztec, where citizens enjoyed New Mexico's first commercial natural gas service. In 1922, natural gas could be purchased in Aztec at a flat rate of $2 a month for a gas heater and $2.25 for a gas stove. You can learn more about that in the state's petroleum history, first New Mexico oil well. Go back to this first start of this, okay? Somebody said, all right, listen, we got to get a wellhead down here, but before that, let's cork that thing. Let's stick a 2-inch, let's stick a tree trunk, and then put a 2-inch pipe and a shutoff valve to control the well. How'd you like to be the guy who had to run up there and stab that tree in that well bore? Some silly stuff when you think about it, but, ingenuity, necessity, the mother of invention. October 23rd, 1908, the Salt Creek well launches Wyoming's boom. Wyoming's first oil boom began when the Dutch company Petroleum Mattachapic Salt Creek completed its big Dutch well about 40 miles north of Casper, Wyoming. Salt Creek's potential had been known since the 1880s, but the area's central geological salt dome received little attention until Italian geologist Cesare Porro recommended drilling there in 1906. Another salt dome formation had been revealed in the 1901 Spindletop Oilfield discovery in Texas. At Salt Creek, the Oil Wells Drilling Syndicate, a British company, drilled the Big Dutch well, which produced 600 barrels of oil a day from the depth of 1,050 feet. Launched a Wyoming drilling boom. By 1930, about one-fifth of all U.S. oil came from the Salt Creek oil field. Production continued into the 1960s with water flooding technologies. The use of carbon dioxide injection began in 2004. Bottom at the hour, I'm going to take a break. When we come back, it'll be our feature story and the picture that I used on our Facebook page, and that I'll put here on the live feed as we continue with Remember When Wednesday on this Wednesday edition of the Exploring Energy Radio Show here on 96.5 KECO.
The Exploring Energy Show.
Craving a real steak? Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City is firing up flavors 7 days a week. The grill is always hot and the steaks are always fresh. From juicy char-grilled ribeyes, fillets, and sirloins to chicken fried steak, hearty burgers, seafood, and chicken, there's something for everyone. Don't forget the appetizers, salads, and desserts to top it off. Bring your appetite. We'll handle the rest. Dine in or order online now on the DoorDash app. It's more than just a steakhouse. It's Fred's.
This month at Cummins Cadillac in Weatherford, the new 2025 iconic Escalades are here and ready for you. Don't miss the savings during the month of tricks and treats. And here's the best part, this is no trick. Driving away in a new Cadillac Escalade is the ultimate treat. Sleek, powerful, and unforgettable. Come see all the new Escalades today at Cummins Cadillac in Weatherford, where luxury always takes the wheel. Stop today and visit Cummins Cadillac in Weatherford, I-40 and Airport Road, or online at CumminsCadillac.com.
Hi, I'm Gary Owens, the owner of Galleria Furniture. We've partnered with Serta to bring you exclusive mattresses. And for a limited time, when you purchase one of these Serta mattresses, you'll get a Serta wireless adjustable base absolutely free. Don't forget, we always have unbeatable everyday deals like twin mattresses starting at just $99 and queen mattresses only $199.
Located in Elk City next to Tractor Supply, where friends don't let friends pay retail.
We do brakes, alignments, oil changes, filter services. You know, if it's a fuel filter, air filter, we'll replace the front end parts on alignments, ball joints, tie rods. We don't do any engine work, but we do about everything else. Oil changes is something your car has to have done. There's many choices. We have a lot of repeats just because we take care of them. They come in, we get them out. They don't have to question, worry about if something was bad. Did you check it over? You know, if they call and make an appointment, we get them in and out a little quicker. They can show up. If it happens to be the right spot, we can get them right in and out. If not, you know, say it may be an hour or so, they'll leave it, come back, you know, on their lunch break or whatever. We have a lot of those every day. L&R Tire, 1204 South Main, Elk City, Oklahoma. The home of Bridgestone Firestone Tires. At L&R Tire, we'll take good care of your vehicle.
Looking for the perfect venue for your next event? Look no further than the Frisco Center, located in the heart of Western Oklahoma. Whether it's a stunning wedding, a joyful reception, a memorable birthday party, or a professional seminar, we've got you covered. With spacious rooms and exceptional service, Frisco Center is designed to make your special occasion unforgettable. Located at 101 South 4th Street in Clinton, Oklahoma. Call us today at 580-323-7874 to book your date. The Frisco Center, where every event is a reason to celebrate.
For over 100 years, Farm Credit of Oklahoma has proudly served our area's farmers and ranchers. So when it comes to ag lending, don't fret it. Call Farm Credit. You'll never regret it.
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
Show brought to you in part by DCP Services, the diversified oilfield company offering the right services with the right people on the job. They have a roustabout division, lease operators division, their wireline division with both braided and slick line options, and their pump repair shop in Cordell continues to rebuild those pumps to like new. You can get a hold of DCP Services on Facebook, or you can call Jeff Davis directly, 580-660-0501. 660-0501. DCP Services, proud supporter of the Exploring Energy Radio Show, as is American Hose and Supply. What if before you needed them, you called American Hose and Supply? What if before your hoses failed, you had replacements there ready to put on at your place? How much easier would that make your life? How much easier would that get you up and going? Gobs. That's how much easier. Gobs easier. American Hose and Supply inside the Camrock building next to Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City. Call 303-1123, 303-1123. Go to those who know hose. Now, Sustaining Oklahoma's energy resources. Today's the last day to get yourself registered to attend tomorrow morning's Zoom meeting, October 23rd, tomorrow morning. You need to get registered today for SPCC training. Managing spills, staying compliant with regulations can be time-consuming, challenging. In this class, they'll explore key reasons and requirements for facilities to develop, implement, and maintain an effective oil spill prevention, control, and countermeasure. These things are mandatory by law in some cases. SPCC training tomorrow morning. Go to www.soer.oerb.com. That's soer, soer.oerb.com. Get yourself registered. Sustaining Oklahoma's energy resources, part of the OERB, Oklahoma Energy Resources Board. That's site again, www.soer.oerb.com. Okay, as promised, I'm going to get this pulled up here. Get you that little descriptor. You know, and I dig pig, no doubt about it. Everybody knows me knows it, but this is a little different deal, not what you think. October 23rd, 1948, the Smart Pig advances pipeline inspection. Northern Natural Gas Company, NNG, Northern Natural Gas Company, recorded the first use of an X-ray machine for internal testing of petroleum pipeline welds. The company examined a 20-inch diameter pipe north of its Clifton, Kansas compressor station. The device, today known as a Smart Pig, traveled up to 1,800 feet inside the pipe, imaging each weld from the inside. As early as 1926, U.S. Navy researchers had investigated the use of gamma-ray radiation to detect flaws in welded steel. In 1944, Cormac Boucher patented a radiographic apparatus suitable for many large pipelines. Modern inspection tools employ magnetic particle, ultrasonic, eddy current, and other methods to verify pipeline weld integrity. So the Smart Pig, 1948. Smart Pig. October 23rd, 1970. We mentioned this last week because it was kind of a part of last week in the history of the oil and gas industry. But LNG powers the world's land speed record. This is 1970. Liquefied natural gas, LNG, powered the Blue Flame to a new world land speed record of, at that time, 630.388 miles per hour. A rocket motor combining LNG and hydrogen peroxide fueled the 38-foot, 4,950-pound Blue Flame, which set the record at the Boonville Salt Flats in Utah. The rocket motor could produce up to 22,000 pounds of thrust, about 58,000 horsepower. Sponsored by the American Gas Association and the Institute of Gas Technology, the Blue Flame design came from three Milwaukee, Wisconsin automotive engineers, Dick Keller, Ray Dowsman, and Pete Farnsworth. Building a record-setting rocket dragster in 1967 got the attention of the AGA executives. Interviewed by the American Oil and Gas Historical Society in 2013, Keller explained now how the growing environmental movement of the late 1960s encouraged AGA suits to see value in supporting a new racer fueled by LNG. Keller in 2020 published Speed Quest, Inside the Blue Flame, noting natural gas powered the greatest, greenest world land speed record set in the 20th century. Car is pretty cool looking. Imagine strapping yourself into that deal. October 25th, 1929. Well, these people were criminals back in those days, too. The Teapot Dome scandal. October 25th, 1929, as we continue our track through time. Albert B. Fall, appointed Interior Secretary in 1921 by President Warren G. Harding, was found guilty of accepting a bribe while in office, becoming the first cabinet official in U.S. history to be convicted of a felony. An executive order from President Harding had given Fall full control of the Naval Petroleum Reserves. Fall was found guilty of secretly leasing the Navy's oil reserve lands to Harry Sinclair of Sinclair Oil Company and to Edward Doheny, the discoverer of the Los Angeles oil field. The non-competitive leases were awarded by Donahy's Pan American Petroleum Company, reserves at Elk Hills and Buena Vista Hills, California, and Sinclair's Mammoth Oil Company reserve at Teapot Dome, Wyoming. Fall received more than $400,000 from the two oil companies. It emerged during a Senate hearing that cash was delivered to Secretary Fall in Washington, D.C. hotel. He was convicted of taking a bribe, fined $100,000, and sentenced to 1 year in prison. Sinclair and Donahy were acquitted but Sinclair spent 6.5 months in prison for contempt of court and the U.S. Senate. October 26, 1970, Joe Roughneck statue dedicated in Texas. Texas Governor Preston Smith dedicated a Joe Roughneck Memorial in Boonesville, Texas, to mark the 20th anniversary of a giant natural gas field discovery in East Texas. In 1950, the Lone Star Gas Company, the Vought number 1 well discovered at Boonesville Field, which produced 2.5 billion cubic feet of natural gas over the next 20 years. By 2001, the field reached production of 3.1 trillion cubic feet of gas from more than 3,500 wells. Joe Roughneck began as a character in Lone Star Steel Company's advertising in the 1950s. Until discontinued in 2020, the bronze bust was presented each year during the Chief Roughneck Award ceremony of the Independent Petroleum Association of America. In addition to the Boonefield Monument, Joe's bust sits atop 3 different Texas oil field monuments: Joinerville, which was raised in 1957, Conroe, also in 1957, and finally in Kilgore, Texas, in 1985. You can learn more in the sub-story, Meet Joe the Roughneck. And basically it's a guy in a hard hat on top of a piece of casing. Pretty simple, but effective. This has been Remember When Wednesday, brought by the American Oil and Gas Historical Society, AOGHS.org. Go on there, sign up for the free newsletter. They don't dun you for money. I mean, there's a support button there if you feel led to do it, and I hope you do, because these people could use the help. Maintaining a website is not easy. It's not cheap. But these guys continue to put in the time it takes to put a verified website together, something that is not going to Snopes. They do their due diligence and vet this out, especially if it's something they call the first of something, because there's a lot of people that want to claim that. So if you get on there, AOGHS.org, American Oil and Gas Historical Society, the acronym AOGHS.org. Sign up for that newsletter. They'll send you one at the beginning of the month talking about what happened this month in oil and gas history. And it'll be the pictures, the graphs, just the entire experience is definitely worth it. I highly recommend it. Again, thank you for listening to Remember When Wednesday here on the Exploring Energy Wednesday edition. Thanks again for my lovely assistant coming in here. She's coming in for the mop-up segment here in just a moment. We'll get back to some more of today's top energy stories. Okay, well, we talked a little bit about, the government shutdown, what the Democrats are doing. And then, so some nuclear furloughs hit the Pantex plant just across the state line over here. The ongoing government shutdown has forced layoffs of 1,400 employees at the National Nuclear Security Administration, including those at the Pantex nuclear weapons plant near Amarillo, Texas, a key site for the nation's nuclear stockpile and a facility closely tied to Oklahoma's energy and security network. Energy Secretary Chris Wright confirmed Monday that the NNSA began implementing furloughs this week, ordering some workers to stay home as the agency ran out of available funding. The cuts strike deep at Pantex, where critical maintenance, assembly, and safety operations are performed for the U.S. nuclear arsenal. The Amarillo plant employs a large number of Oklahomans who commute from the Panhandle region, meaning the furloughs ripple directly into nearby Oklahoma communities. Earlier this year, Wright, the Energy Secretary, announced that Pantex team had completed assembly of the first B-61-13 nuclear gravity bomb, nearly a year ahead of schedule. The achievement marked one of the fastest weapon development efforts since the Cold War, demonstrating the facility's efficiency and technical strength. Now, just months later, that same facility faces a historic shutdown impact. The NNSA has never before had to furlough workers since its founding in 2000, underscoring how unprecedented the current situation has become. Only a week ago, the NNSA's Amarillo division unveiled its Enterprise Blueprint, a 25-year plan to guide nuclear stockpile management, naval propulsion missions, and global security projects. The plan emphasized modernization and long-term infrastructure stability. Those ambitions are now paused. According to Newsweek, about 80% of the NNSA's workforce has been furloughed, leaving just 400 employees to oversee essential safety and property protection functions. NNSA, the National Nuclear Security Administration. When will these Democrats vote to open the government back up? I hope sometime soon, because now families that are on the SNAP program, and I know there is a lot of abuse, a lot of people that play that system with fraud. But then again, too, there's a lot of people that rely on that for their food for real reasons. Let's just pray for our nation to get righted, and the Democrats to understand that what they're doing is hurting a lot of people. We'll be back with the mop-up segment, your weather forecast, energy stock prices of local interest, energy news in my briefs, and more as we continue the Wednesday edition of the Exploring Energy Radio Show in a moment.
The Exploring Energy Show.
You know why people like going out to eat? It's a little treat for them. They get to leave the house and go somewhere else and have somebody else cook the food and serve it to them and clean up afterward. All you got to do is pay and leave.
I know a lady that makes it at Janice's Cafe. We go out there and eat all the time. You know why? It's not at home, and it's better than what we cook. You know, one of my favorite things to eat at Janice's Cafe? Catfish. It's good. It's got the crispy breading. Oh, it's like they made it with love, with a little bit more love on top of it.
Bacon cheeseburger.
Best bacon cheeseburger in the business. Name another one.
Mushroom and Swiss.
Best mushroom burger there is ever. Janice's Cafe can make all those burgers for. Of course, they got burgers. They got the best burgers you can have.
Do you think more people drink sweet tea or unsweet tea?
Well, you know what I am.
Half and half.
Half sweet, half unsweet. Janice is located on the south side of Elk City, where you go into the movie theater, right there next to Arby's. You'll be able to find it because there's a big old sign up there that says Janice's Cafe.
A generator is something that is out of sight and out of mind until you actually need it. Do you own a generator? Is it serviced and ready to provide backup power when you need it? A well-maintained generator gives you peace of mind during a power outage. Whether it's home or commercial, all generators need to be serviced regularly. Culver Electric provides reliable generator service all over western Oklahoma. Call today and discuss a service plan to fit your needs at 580-243-5846. See us on Facebook or go to culverelectric.net.
Hi, I'm Mike Rowe, and it never fails. Every time I visit this state and talk to the folks in the energy business, I learn something world-changing. The technology here is bleeding edge, and so is the focus on the environment. As for the people, they're among the smartest, most innovative, most talented workers I've ever had the pleasure of meeting anywhere. They're busy keeping our modern life going. Not a bad career choice, if you ask me. See their stories at oerb.com/micro.
So there's a company out there that has a certain color. All the farmers and stuff think their oil has to be used in those certain color of tractors. And it's just not true. So here at Camrock, we have the same specification oil as the other brand, where people think that they have to use that for a certain color on their tractors and stuff like that. But we have the same oil specifications as they do. Works just as well, does the same thing, lubes it just the same. Price comparison is, it's not even a comparison. We have a better price than anybody around on that type of oil. I use it at our place. My son uses it for our colored tractors that we have, and a lot of other farmers use it too. It's the same oil, specifications are the same. It's kind of a myth where they think that it's got to be that certain type of oil for that color of tractor.
Camrock is the name of the company. It's 2111 South Main, Elk City, south of Fred's Steakhouse.
We have a better price than anybody around on that type of oil.
Got problems? God can fix them. This is Pastor Andy Taylor inviting you to come as you are to Trinity Fellowship in Sayre.
Stay informed with the latest news from the energy industry on the Exploring Energy Show.
This show brought to you in part by ASCO Equipment, one of 37 locations across Oklahoma, Texas, New Mexico. They represent Case Construction, Case IH, Caterpillar, Lift Truck Line, Crown, Bobcat, Genie, Hitachi, Mitsubishi, Volvo, lots of the big names. If you're looking for heavy equipment for sale or rent in Oklahoma, The new and pre-owned construction equipment fits your needs and your budget. ASCO is a leading provider for the Oklahoma construction, ag, and energy sectors. Backhoes, tractors, wheel loaders, cranes, dozers, excavators, forklifts, compactors, pavers, skid steers. It's the big stuff. Family owned. They'll work with you. They want to be a partner in your project. That's the real deal. And they've got flexible rental equipment options. Maybe you don't have the money to buy a piece of equipment, but you got a project. You can rent a piece of equipment, a good piece of equipment. And they'll guarantee they will send you out a piece of equipment that will do the job and do it correctly. Flexible rates, daily, weekly, monthly. You can talk to E.J. Grittiman on the rental side. Equipment sales, Bart Shields. They'll even take trade-ins of your equipment for new or better used equipment. Located at 513 West 20th Street. Big outfit. Jeremy Bridgman. Well, big outfit with small town mentality. ASCOEQ.com online. ASCOEQ.com or call them at 323-3422. ASCO Equipment. Everyone knows that distinct smell when something electrical gets too hot. Carter Electric wants to remind you that electrical fires, they happen, especially in older houses and buildings that were built before the modern technology age, but really any house or building. Carter Electric has infrared scanners and a level 1 certified technician that can detect those hot spots before they short out and catch fire. Commercial and residential uses can save thousands of dollars, plus save lives. Fully licensed and insured, Carter Electric has the equipment, personnel, and experience to handle any electrical job 24 hours a day. And on top of that, they're an authorized Generac generator dealer. They can sell you that after they size it. They can install it. They can come back and service it. Licensed, insured, trusted. Carter Electric, owned and operated by Kervin and Mary Orgain. Located at 217 West 12th Street here in Elk City. Call them at 225-2447, 225-2447, providing you this weather forecast as a service of Carter Electric. What do you got over there, TJ?
Today we're sunny with a high near 78, south-southwest wind 9 to 16 miles per hour with gusts as high as 23. Tonight mostly clear with a low around 50, south wind 6 to 9 miles per hour. Thursday partly sunny with a high near 79, south wind 6 to 11 miles per hour with gusts as high as 20. We've got a 70% chance of precipitation Thursday night. Friday, we've got an 80% chance of showers and thunderstorms with a high near 74, south wind around 14 miles per hour with gusts as high as 21. Saturday, a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy with a high near 65. Sunday, partly sunny with a high near 70. Monday, partly sunny with a high near 74. And Tuesday, sunny with a high near 67.
You say 80% chance.
80%.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We could use some more moisture, no doubt about it.
Football games might be a little chilly.
It could be a little chilly. You said your house was, 65 degrees when you woke up this morning?
Yes. It was too cold for me. I was freezing.
That's just right for a fat kid. I mean, like I said, I could hang meat in my bedroom. I like it cold.
Oh, not me.
Here's some energy news in my briefs. Widespread furloughs are underway at the federal agency charged with overseeing the U.S. nuclear stockpiles we just talked about. It's the latest fallout from the government shutdown, now in its 20th day, 21st day today, with no end in sight. The Palisades, a nuclear power plant in Michigan, received fresh nuclear fuel on Monday this week in what the factory's owner called a major milestone on the path to restarting the permanently shuttered atomic station for the first time in the U.S. CenterPoint Energy announced the sale of its Ohio natural gas local distribution company business called Vectron Energy Delivery of Ohio to National Fuel Gas Company, a diversified energy company headquartered in western New York, for $2.62 billion. The assets include approximately 5,900 miles of transmission and distribution pipelines in Ohio, serving approximately 335,000 metered customers. Well, the pipeline and power developments impact the Midwest. Summit Carbon Solution is reassessing its long-planned Midwestern carbon capture pipeline, signaling that the project could proceed without North Dakota as a final storage destination. The company, headquartered in Ames, Iowa, has requested an amendment to its state permits that would remove language specifying permanent carbon storage in North Dakota, suggesting a major strategic shift in its development plans. The amount of natural gas pipeline exports to Mexico from the U.S. jumped 25% last year compared to 2019. Exports averaged 7.5 billion cubic feet a day in May, the most of any month on record, as Mexico's demand for natural gas, particularly in the electric power sector, increases. Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry has issued a temporary moratorium on new carbon capture and storage well applications, citing the need for greater transparency and community engagement in the state's growing carbon storage industry. The 12-page executive order calls for companies to work more closely with local governments and residents before submitting new project proposals. Teachers in Illinois public schools starting next year will be required by law to educate students on climate change, though the state hasn't allocated funding to support the rollout. Amid soaring energy demand, well, as long as they teach that it's a hoax, I'm all about it. You know, I think, okay, yeah, hey, let's study climate change today, kids. It's not real.
I knew you weren't going to be finished with that story.
Yeah, I couldn't let it go. Amid soaring energy demands, officials in Arizona have approved 2,000-acre solar project that will power thousands of homes, create jobs, and generate substantial tax revenue. The Phoenix Business Journal reported that the California-based venture Aventus Clean Energy will begin construction on the Pinion solar project in 2026 and is expected to be finished by 2028. And according to national poll results, nearly two-thirds of Canadians, 64%, support carbon removal initiatives, while 4 in 5 people, 81%, find removals essential for the country's strong and stable future. And this, Tesla has officially lost its global electric vehicle crown for the year. Through the third quarter of 2025, Chinese automaker BYD has pulled ahead of Tesla in pure battery electric vehicle sales, delivering 1.61 million vehicles to Tesla's 1.22 million, according to data compiled by Chinese automotive blogger Tongjai Shongchang. And a group of miners were caught red-handed in an illegal excavation operation in Dujavelis, India. According to authorities on the scene, as reported by the Times of India, officials seized a tractor trolley allegedly used for transporting mine materials from a protected zone. Oops. What do you got over there as far as energy stock prices? Now, my commodity prices were all in the green. Are you going to likewise?
Not all green, but there's not much red. It
That's
looks
better.
a lot better today than it
That
did
is
yesterday.
better.
Yeah.
What do you got, girl?
American Electric Power is down 4 cents, trading at $117.39. Apache is up 23 cents, trading at $22.56. Baker Hughes is up 44 cents at $47.19. ConocoPhillips is up 44 cents at $86.89. Devon Energy is up 51 cents at $32.55. EOG Resources is up 26 cents, trading at $106.30. Expand Energy is up 88 cents at $106.08. General Electric is down $2.41 at $304.22. Halliburton is up 81 cents, trading at $26.07. Helmerich & Payne is up 29 cents at $23.60. Liberty Energy is down 1 cent, trading at $15.90. Occidental Petroleum is up 33 cents at $41.24. OG&E Energy is down 14 cents at $46.52. ONEOK is up 29 cents at $69.24. Phillips 66 is up 34 cents at $128.94. Sandridge Energy is up 2 cents at $11.30. Schlumberger is up 99 cents at $34.51, and Williams Companies is up 4 cents, trading at $62.38.
Ooh, all righty. Well, energy stock commodities up $1.35. West Texas Intermediate at the $58.59. December contract there. Brent crude oil up $1.30, $62.62. That's a December contract out of London. Tilcom crude oil in Tokyo up 150 yen per kiloliter on an October contract, and New York Mercantile Exchange continues its rise up. $3.53 per million BTU on a November contract there. Merritt travels to Hooker. Merritt travels to Hooker this Friday night. You can see that action on ParagonTV.com. Beginning at about 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff. That's Merritt at Hooker on Paragon TV. And BigOakTV.com has Elk City at Weatherford. The Elks and the Eagles going at this Friday night. Again, about 6:20 pregame. And then 7 o'clock is the kickoff.
Be prepared for weather.
Yes, take a jacket and an umbrella or a slicker. And hey, how about the Thunder's double overtime win last night? That was kind of hard to
Oh, it was good.
It was
though.
frustrating, but hey, he made the 2 free throws when they counted. He threw up enough bricks to build a $150,000 home, but by golly, they got the double overtime win over KD, I might add. Right. Oh, boy. My wife's like, why do they boo him? I said, not because they hate him, because they hate what he did to Oklahoma City. For all of our great sponsors and TJ, I'm Shawn Wilson. Thanks for listening. I promise we'll talk again. Have yourself a great day.
A John Deere working the field. That's what country sounds like. 96.5 KECO, Elk City.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. It's actually possible to make peace stick.